one thing muri Zimbabwe ndechekuti Jonathan Moyo is almost directly always talking to the Henry Mchena declaration. Right, muri Zimbabwe masoja hatauri kakawanda-wanda, macomrade hatauri kakawanda-wanda. That one document rakapiwa kuparliament na rakasainwa na retired Air Marshal Henry Mchena ndo riri kungogwiswa na Jonathan Moyo, ndo raari kungopindura. So murifana kunzwisisa kuti how important, how significant is that document. And as we stand right now, turikuona na upo chimwe vari kubudikira vachiti is also, it seems like ZANU-PF is now campaigning for the referendum. Developments are kuitika in Zimbabwean politics. It seems like ZANU-PF is now campaigning for referendum. Chirati pakakandwa chiya chijoka na Marshal retired Henry Mchena, hapana vakomana vakangomira ipo paya. Saka vana faction iko mnangagwa manje yakuzvionera kuti apa pakatoipa. Saka regai tipinde kune zvataugwa na Jonathan Moyo kuti tinzwisise kuti chiri kuitika. Hanzi the true meaning of universal adult suffrage in the Constitution of Zimbabwe 2013 in the important national conversation on the Constitution of Zimbabwe, Amendment number 3, HB 1 Bill 2026, there is a needless misunderstanding that universal adult suffrage, the principle demanded as one man, one vote, during the hard-won armed liberation struggle, requires the presidential election to be conducted through a direct popular voting system. Right? This was the main concern in that document rekwa Henry Mchena. Vachiti iwo makukanganisa universal adult suffrage yatakaindira kuhondo, one man one vote. Makuda kutora that musaita majokes. So vakumana vari kuzama kuita kaunda. Jonathan Moyo wataura Inzwai. Right? This is simply not true. Saka vakuda kuchinja meaning. Hanzi, universal adult suffrage is explicitly protected in Chapter 4 of the Constitution of Zimbabwe under the Declaration of Rights. Section 67, 3A makes it crystal clear that, subject to this Constitution, every Zimbabwean citizen who is of or over 18 years of age has the right to vote in all elections and referendums to which this Constitution or any other law applies, and to do so in secret. Right, muri Zimbabwe. Apa Jonathan Moyo wangu kopa and paste Constitution. So tudati imimi muri Zimbabwe mariwa statement iri handiti chindiudzai kuti paunozouya uchirizena iwewe uchida kuchinja izvo kana uchida kuinterpreta in a different way, unenge uchida kutitora sei setuma grade 1 iri kana kuti question. Pane vamwe vasina kunyatsopanzwa itai rewind a little bit mupanzwe kuti iri kuti Constitution. So right, chinzvaza kutogona na Jonathan Mukwanzi. This provision is about empowering every eligible adult citizen with an equal voice at the ballot box, cast in complete secrecy. It guarantees the right to vote, but it does not prescribe or lock Zimbabwe into any particular voting system, whether direct or indirect. Hakuna chinhu indirect, hakuna chinhu indirect. Because indirect zvotada huna zvawaita, hazvina kutomboitika. Because the thing ndechokudai so, an MP anogona kuuya kwamuri okuudza kuti ndichanovhotera nhengi kana ndapinda muparliament, but anogona kungonovhotera umwe wacho opposite. Unogumite? So you see, from that zvoreva kuti actually hauna kuvhota iwe, because vote yako is captured by somebody who can change it. So it's useless. It's useless. Do you understand? MP unopinda muparliament on the basis yekuti anongouya achikambinira the most popular candidate. And from there, power rama maoko ake akabhadhagwa zvaabhadhagwa unongovhotera amubhadhara. Simple as that. So tetisina kuvhota boys, kana mukatiti kwai through parliament tetisina kuvhota. Ande kumberi. Two powerful facts bring this home and reveal the real value of the amendment in the bill. First, for the past 46 years, The only Zimbabweans denied this fundamental right have been citizens living in the diaspora. The Minister of Justice, Legal and Parliamentary Affairs, Honorable Ziyambi Ziyambi, has already announced that one of the major electoral dividends of the Constitution of Zimbabwe, Amendment Number 3, HB1 Bill 2026, will be the long overdue extension of the right to vote to Zimbabweans outside the country. Hatina kuzviona mumamendment iya zvokuti kumoda kudza zvamuchiri kufunga imimi zvamakatotuisira paground boys zvinhu zvitori dangerous tiri kutozvivhundukawo nezvo right. This step will finally make the right to vote truly inclusive, ensuring that no citizen is disenfranchised or left with no electoral voice simply because they live beyond the country's borders. Right. Second, the universal adult suffrage clause in section 67 is deliberately silent on the choice of voting mechanism. Zimbabwe's elections have always included both direct and indirect voting systems since 1980, depending on the office in question. Now, zvaivapo muna 1980 zvekuvhota indirectly tikazvibvisa. Why? Because taida exactly kuestablisha zvatakaendera kuhondo. One man, one vote for the president, direct voting. Right. Regaitipedzise muri yeZimbabwe, regaitipedzise zvitaugwa naJonathan Moyo. To be clear, confusing one man, one vote with a mandatory direct voting model misreads the fundamental law of the land. Embracing the true meaning of universal adult suffrage or one man, one vote honors both the national liberation struggle and the constitution, strengthens national unity and moves everyone forward with clarity and confidence. But how? And why in the first place? Why are we doing this? Why take the right that is already there? Now you just take it for what? To make it easy to rig. Now you just have to buy some 200 MPs, isn't it? That's what we think. So, regai murezimbabwe musati makuva confused. Noizvose zvataugwa naJonathan Moyo achizama kuda kuchinja zvinhu zviri pachena. Imbonzwa hatidzokere exactly pakuti right iyo constitution yacho iri kuti chii pamusoro penyaya idzi. Right? Iri kuti section 67 3A makes it crystal clear that Inzwai, subject to this constitution, every Zimbabwean citizen who is of or over 18 years of age has the right to vote in all elections and referendums to which this constitution or any other law applies, and to do so in secret. So mirai. Manzo ire zvataugwa panapa. Hanzi whoever is of or over 18 years of age has the right to vote in all elections. You are taking one election away from us, giving it to a few people. As constitution that in all elections, both election of president, electing president is actually the most important election there is. Why are you taking it away from the people when the constitution says to vote in all elections? Zimbabwe is very too clear. Very too clear. Too clear. In all elections and referendums. Very too clear. Jonathan Moyo uri kutoita majokes hanzi professor boys. Professor ari kumisa zvinhu zvakadai, ari kutadza kuonera kuti constitution yakaloka zvinhu izvi. Ndi professor ro. Mene tokadzidza toda kuzwa kwakadzidza. Ndo zvaimudzidzisa here izvi. Zvokuti iwo uri kutora an election, one electing president, iri pakanzi to vote in all elections. Regai papa tokupapa haya. Chapapapami but mazvinzvira muri yeZimbabwe zviri kutaurwa neconstitution and mashoko auyiswa kwamuri through Jonathan Moyo's statement that he issued. So garai panapa, you will never miss any important update in Zimbabwean, social life, politics, economy, etc. Thank you for watching.